season, working with those guys and spending time with them. And those guys are awesome. I love all four of them.
You did, bro. Like, you turned into a dog. Like, they brought the dog out of Garrett for real. Like, for real. Like, Garrett was about to fight us and everything, man. We like, whoa, where he come from? Like,
yeah, that was awesome. Just because I was not focused really at all on football that first year because it didn't go the way I wanted. And then I was like, I got to flip a switch if I'm going to keep competing with these guys. And so then for 8 months I was D-line. I was like, you know what? Like, I want to get in this rotation and play. And then day one of fall training camp, my redshirt freshman year, Coach Doran calls me in office and he's like, hey, I'm not asking. He had kind of been asking me, hey, we got depth issues at O-line. Do you want to move? I'm like, no, I want to play one position and try and play. So day one fall training camp, before the first team meeting, he calls me. He says, hey, I'm moving you to O-line. I'm not really asking you anymore. And as a young guy who hasn't done anything, you don't have I can't say no. Yeah. So I was like, you know what, whatever. Like, I just want to play football. And so I did. In that first year, I was a reserve, and then did 1 year at guard starting, and then 2 years at center. So it was the best decision anyone's ever made for me. I think Coach Doran saw the potential. So a lot of respect to him for that. And obviously the coaching and guys like you that have played the position your whole life. Yeah. Everyone helped me a ton.
So I can't remember. So when you switched over, Garrett, Ledford was there your first year at offensive line, no, right? Was it Coach U still?
That was Coach U that first year.
Coach U that first year. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, and so that was you were at right tackle.
Uh-huh.
And then Tony was at right guard, and then it was Schooley, Barr, Tooney.
It was Schooley, Barr, Tooney.
Yeah.
Oh, so this was
Barr at left guard, Tooney at left
year. This was my redshirt freshman. This is our redshirt freshman year.
Yeah. Your first year playing, and then I was like the seventh man. Tyler was like the sixth man, and so I didn't play that much. Did some field goal, but got to like learn from guys like Barr and Schooley and Joe Tooney, and so I'm definitely glad I switched that early. I'm glad I didn't wait like another year or two, because I do see some D linemen switch like their junior year, and that's tough because, as you know, O-line, it's not something you can just pick up. Like, there's definitely certain skills and attributes and technique that you definitely have to like rep out and learn. So.
Definitely, and people don't really understand that aspect of it, bro. People really overlook the technique side of it. Yeah, we're big, physical, and we hit each other every play, but technique can solve a lot of issues that you can't get solved with strength sometimes, especially if you learn that in the NFL and stuff. But
even that next year when I was starting every game at left guard, I pretty much had no technique. I was just like all athlete and all competitiveness.
I remember, bro.
I was just out there running around, like not trying to make my guy not make the play.
You were the funniest person to watch on film because you were on the ground every play, but it was not because you got bullied or they put you on the ground. It was because you were going all out to hit somebody that you know had no chance of hitting. You were me in high school, bro. Yeah, I love that though. I remember we would go in meetings, like we would die laughing. Like Garrett's. Like, how did Garrett get knocked over right here? Like,
just all effort. But then I would see someone like you who you always gave 100% in practice, and your technique was just so smooth, and your technique got the job done for you. And so that's something that I needed to change entering my junior year. First of all, I need to take practice more seriously, and second of all, I need some more technique. I remember your pass set, your outside hand, your leverage in the run game. And so seeing that, I mean, you had such good technique, such good O-line skill. And that's what made you so good. And so I knew I needed to develop that if I wanted to do something with football.
Yeah, for sure. But I can attest that, bro, it's really hard, fam. Like going from center to guard to center, like right guard to left guard, and I learned that going into the league this past year with them moving me around a lot. Like, bro, you had a lot on your hands, and not only this is your first time starting at an offensive line position, I think you did damn good, bro. Like, and
it was all effort. Hey, effort can save you sometimes.
Hey, I'm telling you, effort and Ledford.
Absolutely. Coach Ledford was huge for all five of us.
Exactly. And that was kind of just going to be my next point. And Cody can attest to this. We just cherish Coach Ledford and just everything that he's done for me and just done for just the offensive line and just the everything that he's given us, like while we were at NC State, and I was telling Cody that, like, without him, we just wouldn't be who we are, but just touch on just what Lefford has done for you back then and now that you're in the league. What kind of connections do y'all still have?
Yeah, like we were talking about the Band of Brothers and how that's how we wanted it to look like. But it's easy to talk that. It's harder to like act that out and show that as the coach. And so him having us over all the time for food and having the barbecue and having the pizza and wings. And, I mean, we know how few time our coaches have with their families. And for a majority of that time, he's having 12 guys into his house who don't know his family, like during his family time, hanging out with his kids, hanging out with his wife. And I remember I'll never forget Miss Meredith's chocolate chip cookies and just all the great times where we're just like making fun of each other. I mean, you think that we go there and eat and go home, we stay for an extra hour and a half, just making fun of each other. So.
Okay. Yeah, bro. You had cut off for a second there, Garrett, but you're good though. You're back now. You're back good. But yeah, bro. Yeah, Coach Lefford, he's just an amazing dude, bro. Amazing.
So Garrett, you then win the Remington Award trophy, correct? Your last year?
Yeah, senior year.
Talk about how that felt as being honored as the nation's top center.
Yeah, that was special. I was they come out with a watch list at the beginning of the year, and they put like 70 names on it, damn near every center in the country. And I was not on the watch list my junior year. And I hadn't played center before, so that was kind of part of it. But I was like, you know what, there's no way there's 70 centers better than me. And junior year was first time playing and thought I had a good year. And senior year, I kind of wanted to take it to another level with everything, with my preparation off the field and practice. And I had seen the success Will had with all of his practice habits and getting the NFL drafted. I was like, you know what, I can do this for myself. And although we had a different O-line, we still had a lot of success my senior year, and that's why I got the recognition I got. If we were a trash O-line, I'm not even mentioned for the Remington Award. And so that goes back to Coach Ledford. That goes back to our running backs. That goes back to the system and the guys I played with, Tyler and Big T and Fed and Witt. So there was a lot of people that helped with that, but that was pretty special to experience that with Coach Ledford and all the teammates and all that, my family. So it was
that's
awesome.
Crazy, bro. When I saw the post that you got and everything, I remember I hit you up when you started to blow up and everything like that. I'm like, yo, G, bro, like you doing it, dog. Like you doing it. Like, and I told Naheem, I'd be so excited for y'all, bro. Like, I promise you, bro, I watched more college football when y'all were playing than when I was in college, bro. Like, I could not wait until Saturday mornings to wake up and, like, hopefully then catch y'all games on a flight going to wherever we're going or something like that. Like, I'm like, yo, I got to download it. Like, it was just amazing to watch, bro. Like, and then sometimes it's like, dang, because being that I could have been there, it's like, yo, like, I could be out there with these boys right now. Like, so, you know, I felt like I was there with y'all. I'm like, hey, yo, Garrett, like, you better mic this dude right here. Like, you know, I'm like, you know me, bro. Like, yeah. I'm like a fan of the game, bro. But, like, I love y'all boys, bro. Like, y'all changed a lot. Y'all changed a lot about me and just my mindset on the game, bro. So I appreciate how you saying, like, you know, like, you learn from my technique and, like, things like that. But, like, y'all taught me things outside of football, you know, bro. Y'all really did.
So then, Garrett, you vault into being a first-round pick by the Minnesota Vikings, and I think you were the third offensive line taken. You know, we did a little research on you, and you were the third offensive lineman taken. Talk about just that moment and your draft moment and how, you know, all your hard work paid off.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it was. It was hard work paying off. It was everyone that's, like, done so much for me between my coaches, my family, my friends, and I got to spend that night with a few of those people. Didn't want to have a huge party because I might not have gone for, you know, night one. So, but it was nerve-wracking. It was exciting. It was all the above. It didn't feel real for a while. I mean, draft night, you get a text from Kirk Cousins. You're like, what, is this real? Like, he's congratulating. I'm like, I'm pinching myself. Like, there's no way this is real. So it was so exciting. It was awesome. It was fun to spend that moment with the people that helped me get there.
We're going to Minnesota.
It didn't even hit me. I was going to Minnesota until I was like, okay, I'm going up north. Like,
what did Carson think about that? And if to everybody that don't know, that's Garrett's girlfriend.
Yeah. So she
fiance, my fault.
She didn't care where we were going. She was just so excited.
I know she was, bro. I know she was. Like, that's Garrett's, like, biggest fan. You go on her page, and the only thing you see is Garrett. Like, she's a super huge fan of Garrett. I remember Garrett used to tell me, he's like, I'm not exactly sure if this is true or not, but she works in, like, Baltimore or D.C. or something like that, didn't she?
Yeah, so she works for Under Armour in Baltimore. And
I remember she would come down on, like, for every home game. She's down, like, coming to the games. Like,
she was awesome. She was a trooper traveling all the way down every game. And so she's with me now, and she quit Under Armour, and she owns her own business now. She does custom portraits.
Oh, that's great.
So
she's an awesome painter, drawer painter, anything. I remember, like, I've seen her page. She's freaking awesome.
Yeah, the Vikings.
She's doing something. That's what I was going to say. I saw that she was doing something with the Vikings. What is it actually?
The Vikings did an article on her, kind of like highlighting her business, and it's just like taken off. And so she's slammed. She's working all day, every day, and getting some drawings done. And it's pretty cool because a lot of the commissions are from my teammates and guys I've played with, and so I get to see these awesome pictures. And they're gifted as presents to them for Mother's Day and Father's Day and stuff like that. So it's special.
I definitely need her to get a few for me, bro.
No doubt.
Some of like our podcast picture, and then definitely a few football pictures for me for sure, bro.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Tell her we need it.
Yeah,
definitely. So going into your rookie year, I'm listening. You know, I'm hearing about all the rookies that have been drafted, all the things that's going on with them and everything, and I'm just like. One day on TV, I'm listening to Kirk, and he's just like, we got to do something with this new center we got, Garrett. And I'm like, okay, well, what's going on with Garrett? Like, is he doing something wrong? And next thing you know, he's like, this man has a very sweaty butt. Like, and I'm like, whoa. And then I thought about it. I'm like, okay, if it was definitely two of the most sweatiest people on NC State's team. So I can definitely see where he was coming from. Just tell us about this story, bro. Let us know and let our fans know just everything that was going on with this situation.
Yeah, so in college we were a lot more shotgun snap, so it wasn't as much as an issue. In our system, we're pretty much under center every play, and so obviously, I mean, big guys up front we're going to be sweating once we're working. So it became an issue, and when Kirk said that, the articles I was tagged in, it was on TV. Like, I'm sitting there on TV, it's playing. I'm like, what in the world? And that's like the biggest that's the biggest news about me is my sweaty butt. And so it was funny, and we had a good time with it. I had like listen to this. I had like 5 companies send me gear to the Vikings facility, like dry gear, like stuff like to keep you dry and sweat proof stuff. And I'm like, this is just exploding. Like 5 companies. And so it was funny. And I did have to pretty much wear a towel as a diaper pretty much every day at practice. Whatever Kirk needs, Kirk's the boss. So whatever it takes.
Oh man. And it was because
it's not an issue though. And I told Kirk that in camp. I was like, hey, it might be a problem now, but on game days, it's not an issue.
Well, it was because of the shorts, right? Like, because your shorts get super sweaty. Like,
yeah, it's just, think about it in game. We play like between 3 plays and 10 plays, and then we're on the bench chilling for like 20 minutes, you know? Yeah. Whereas in practice, we're just like nonstop.
For sure.
And so for games, it's never an issue, but definitely mastered the towel diaper in practice.
A headline of Garrett Bradbury, sweaty booty.
It's not what you want entering the league. But
I know, bro. It's crazy. Like,
you can't win them all.
You blew up, bro. Like, you were like front screen ESPN. Like, I'm looking at Kirk at a podium talking about you. I'm like,
not all press is good press.
Oh man, that's hilarious though, bro. You gotta love it.
That's funny.
So tell me about him though. How is he as a person? Like, how is Kirk though? Like,
he's unbelievable, dude. He's legitimately one of the smartest guys I've ever been around. Just knowledge of the game, knowledge of his faith. He's a super strong Christian. He has an awesome family, and he's awesome to work with. He's been in the league for 9 years, I think, and so he's got so much experience, so much wisdom. But he treats Adam Thielen the same way he does treat an undrafted rookie that might not be there in a week. You know, he's a genuinely good guy, and it's not a show, it's not a front. So I really